welcome to the 2019 Marcus Oldham Australian Interschools Championships. First cab off the rank this afternoon, the team from South Australia. Let the music start.
Yeah, you can be the greatest, you can be the best, you can be the king, calm bearing on your chest. You can beat the world, you can beat the war, you can talk the guy, go banging on his door. You can throw your hands up, you can beat the clock, you can move a mountain, you can break rocks. You can be a master, don't wait for luck. Dedicate yourself and you can find yourself. Standing in the Hall of Fame, yeah. And the world's gonna know your name, yeah. 'Cause you're better with the first fame, yeah. And the world's gonna know your name, yeah. And you'll be on the walls of the Hall of Fame. You go the distance, you can run the mile, you can walk straight through hell with a smile. You can be the hero, you can go, breaking all the records if I never could be broke. Yeah, do it for your people, do it for your pride. Never gonna
Ladies and gentlemen, next team in the ring this afternoon, Western Australia. There's a party going on right here, a celebration to last throughout the years. So bring your good times and your laughter too. We gon' celebrate. That don't kill me, can only make me stronger. I need you to hurry up, man, 'cause I can't wait much longer. I know I got to be right now, 'cause I can't get much stronger. Man, I've been waiting all night now, that's how long I've been on ya. Let's get lost tonight. You could be my black Kate Moss tonight. Play secretary on the boss tonight. And you don't give a what they all say, right? Awesome, the Christian and Christian Dior. Damn, they don't make them like this anymore. I ask, 'cause I'm not sure. Do anybody make real anymore? Bow in the presence of greatness. 'Cause right now, Dad has forsaken us. You should be honored by my lateness, that I would even show up to this place. So go ahead, go nuts, go. And now we have the small but very loud team from Northern Territory.
And now the wonderful team from Tasmania. And now please join me in welcoming the massive team from Victoria. Wheel around, yep. And everybody, the next team in, we are very, very privileged to welcome a small but very talented team all the way from New Zealand. The first time it's happened in New South Wales. New Zealand, everybody. And last but not least, the host team for the 2019 Marcus Oldham Australian Interschools Championships, New South Wales. Cookie Monster. Blue Cookie Monster. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome to the microphone Tara from Equestrian Queensland. Tara is Vice Captain of Queensland. She is attending her 6th Australian Interschools Championships, which is absolutely amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding for Tara to give us her rendition of the National Anthem.
Australians, all let us rejoice, for we are young and free, with golden soil and wealth fertile. Our home is girt by seas. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page, let every state advance Australia fair in joyful strains, and let us sing, advance Australia fair.
A few formalities, please. My name is Bruce Farrer. I'm the CEO of Equestrian New South Wales, and I welcome you to the 2019 Marcus Oldham Australian Interschools Championships, showing our very best horse and rider combinations in dressage, eventing, jumping, combined training, and show horse. This competition is arguably, because of all of you, the most prestigious school-age equestrian competition in the Southern Hemisphere. You are the champions of this land, and we welcome you. Equestrian New South Wales salutes Marcus Oldham, the leading equestrian educator in Australia, as our naming rights sponsor. Our discipline sponsors are Otto Sport, the arena here, dressage, Agnes Banks Equine Centre for eventing, Coolmore for jumping, Interpath Foresight, primary show horse. Ozshot Sports Photography, secondary show horse. Gal Gates for combined training. And our New South Wales team sponsor is Yarramut Stud. Please support our generous sponsors as they've played a massive role in us being able to put on the show like we have for the next 5 days. These championships are being staged at the Sydney International Equestrian Centre. It's where the 2000 Olympics were held and has benefited from some recent major upgrades, including this surface, stables, the new amenities block up the top and some fencing. We are indeed fortunate to have the support of the New South Wales Office of Sport and the really, really hard-working team here at SIAC. They do an extraordinary job prepping this facility to be as good as it can be for you to compete here this week. Interschools is a massive effort for a very small organising committee. If you have any problems, please go to the office, talk to them, and they'll do whatever they can to help you. We take biosecurity and safety really seriously at this event. That's why all horses were inspected by vets on arrival and why we have such extensive medical coverage. Our Chief Medical Officer is Professor Ian Seppelt, not only a renowned academic, but a battle-hardened emergency medicine specialist who also attends many of our eventing competitions throughout New South Wales. We also have, every day, 2 fully equipped ambulances, 3 advanced trauma life support paramedics, with a 4th on cross-country day. It's the most we've ever had. It's what we see as appropriate to keep all of you safe and respond as quickly as we need to should you get in trouble. There is a lot of pressure to perform at Interschools, so please make sure you ride within your capabilities and your level of training. In the program, we talked about taking photographs of you, and we've re-looked at that. If any of you don't feel comfortable having your photograph taken by one of our very professional official photographers or anybody else, just hold up your hand to say, no, I'm not comfortable, and we will instruct all of our photographers to abide by your wishes. As if staging 5 disciplines over 5 days is not enough, Equestrian New South Wales is also hosting the second leg of the Australian Jumping Teams League and the New South Wales qualifier for Jump Off Series 2. The Australian Jumping Teams League, with $100,000 up for grabs, will be on Tuesday evening at 6 o'clock, and we would really, really like you to all come down and support this competition. We have a full production crew of 27 filming the event for Channel 7, so it's a chance to get yourself on TV and see 30 of our best horse and rider combinations in Australia getting around the indoor. Also on Wednesday, we're running the New South Wales qualifier for Jump Off. A lot of you would have seen Jump Off Series 1 on Channel 7 earlier this year. It was an outstanding success. Showmaker Equestrian, who produced the show, have already sold Series 2. So for those of you who can make it, we'd really like you to support that competition as well. Equestrian is very much an individual sport, you and your horse. But Interschools is different. It is first and foremost a teams competition. So do the best you can, celebrate your achievements and those of your mates, respect your fellow competitors and rejoice in the privilege of competing at the premier school-age equestrian competition in the country. On behalf of the organising committee, we thank you for coming to Interschools and wish you every success. I'd now like to introduce you to Dr. Suzanne Doyle, who is the Director of Equestrian Australia. Suzanne is a high-level dressage rider, a senior executive in the finance industry, and has been at the forefront of the reforms underway at EA recently. She is a passionate and determined advocate for equestrian all the way from grassroots to the Olympics. Please join me in welcoming Suzanne Doyle.
You know what? It's a great privilege to be standing in front of all of you. I can't believe how awesome you all look. Really impressed with everyone's outfits, all the enthusiasm that you've brought to this competition, and I really hope that over the next 5 days you have the best time that you possibly can. And so a great big thank you also to all the parents who are sitting out here who have travelled a long way to participate here. It's fantastic. It's so good to see so many bright, happy, amazing competitors in front of us. So I really do wish that you have a great, great competition over the next 5 days. But you know, it's a privilege to stand here in front of all of you. You're all young, enthusiastic riders, and you are the future of our sport. I really do hope that you get so much out of this and continue in our sport, because we need lots of enthusiastic kids like yourself to, you know, really passionately love this sport and see where you can take it. So my only thing to say to you all is have a great time. Say thank you to every single volunteer that you come across, because they're so important to our sport. Have a great time, and look after your ponies, because that's really important. They're your little partners, and it's really important that we look after them. And just have an awesome time. And I'll you know, be out here a little bit. So at any time you want to say hello and see what's happening in Equestrian Australia, by all means come up and say hi. All right, thank you everyone, and hope you have a great time.
Thank you, Suzanne. We are indeed fortunate to have Marcus Oldham as our naming rights sponsor this year, and invite Emma Morell, the Director of Equine Management at Marcus Oldham, to say a few words. Thank you, Emma.
Thanks, Bruce. Hello, everybody. It's lovely to be here. And Marcus Oldham is thrilled to be able to sponsor the Australian Interschools Championships here at SIAC. It's great to see so many talented and motivated riders who are with their support networks who are going to enjoy this fantastic weekend. Since its inception, Interschools has grown into a quality equestrian competition, which gives young riders like yourself a fantastic opportunity to compete in a professional environment, and you can really hone your skills as equestrian athletes. As you know all too well, equestrian sport is quite different from other sports, and it allows lifelong participation, but it also requires a commitment and a discipline due to the additional responsibility of managing the equine athlete, as well as managing yourselves. It's also a sport that can allow people to turn their passion into a vocation. And at Marcus, we are committed to helping people develop the skills to turn that passion into a career. The combination of our practical equine skills and our strong focus on business management enables our graduates to develop a professional approach to working in the equine industry. And it's an industry that is worth in Australia above $1.1 billion. Therefore, the future of equestrian sports and the equine industry in general is very exciting, and everyone here today is part of that next generation. The industry and the sport really needs your enthusiasm and your drive. So with that in mind, I ask all of you, regardless of whether you win or not, remember how fortunate you are to be able to do what you love. Enjoy this wonderful team experience, make new friends and reignite old ones, and good luck.
Thank you, Emma. Standing quietly on the end of this group is our event director, Jane Frankham. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Jane. She's doing a sensational job, as are all the rest of the team. We now have some welcomes on behalf of the captains. So could I ask the captains to come forward, please? I think we may have a problem with the schedule. No, we don't. Here they all are. Do you all know the oath? The oath by the captains, please. Over to you. Thank you very much. I now call on Tracy Sexton to give the oath on behalf of judges and officials.
On behalf of all judges and officials, in the name of all judges and officials, I promise that we shall officiate in this competition with complete impartiality, respecting and abiding by the rules which govern it in the true spirit of sportsmanship.
Thank you, Tracy. And Nicole Mutiner, on behalf of the coaches here today.
Thank you. The coach's oath. In the name of all the coaches and other members of the athlete's entourage, I promise that we shall commit ourselves to ensuring that the spirit of sportsmanship and fair play is fully adhered to and upheld in accordance with the fundamental principles of our sport.
Thank you very much. And on behalf of the parents, that very, very important cohort of people, I welcome Chris.
Thank you, Bruce. On behalf of the parents and supporters of the competitors, we pledge to respect the rights, dignity and worth of others, remember our children compete in sport for their own enjoyment and not ours, focus on our children's efforts and performance rather than winning or losing, show appreciation for good performance and skillful riding by all riders, respect officials' decisions and teach children to do likewise, respect the rights, dignity and worth of every young person, regardless of their gender, ability, cultural background or religion, and last but not least, be a positive role model.
Thank you, Chris Hancock. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that's the finish of the formal proceedings this afternoon. There's a barbecue at 6 o'clock, which you're all welcome to attend. Have fun over the next 5 days. Be safe, and the best of luck to you all. Thank you very much.